Let's stay in Florida and bring in Dr. Hany Atallah, Chief Medical Officer of Jackson Memorial Hospital in Miami. Dr. Atallah, last week there were 66 COVID patients in your hospitals. I'm told today more than 135. That's a doubling, more than a doubling. What's driving this now?
I mean, as has been mentioned, Jake, it's really the unvaccinated. About 95% of the patients in our hospital are unvaccinated, and that's really what's driving the increase in volume.
Why are they not vaccinated? Are they resistant? Are they hesitant? Have they just not been able to put it into their schedules? Do you have any read on that?
You know, I think the answer, Jake, is it's sort of all the above. You know, people have hesitancy around the vaccine. People have different beliefs. Obviously, when they come to us, our primary concern is making sure we take, great care of them and making sure that we get them well. I think we are kind of asking them if they have any questions that we can help answer about the vaccine to encourage them to get the vaccine. But I think that the reasons people don't get vaccinated are a little bit all over the map. But again, we're trying to educate them to encourage them it's not too late.
What's your message to those who are unvaccinated?
It's not too late to get your vaccine. There are people who we're seeing who had the infection and they think they might still have some immunity. We have seen that immunity wane. You should still go get your vaccine. So it's never too late to get your vaccine. And I think we are seeing this surge because of it's almost a pandemic of the unvaccinated is what we're seeing. And so not too late to get your vaccine. Go and get it as soon as possible.
President Biden has singled out Facebook as one of the main sources of misinformation, lies about the vaccine. Has that been a problem for you in Florida?
I think people get their information from a variety of places. I think, there are things that we know for a fact work, and they've been proven to decrease these surges. Wearing your mask, getting vaccinated, hand washing, social distancing, all those things work. And so, if we're going to help manage this peak again, I think we're going to have to do those things again, right? Which are going to help keep that surge down and help shorten that surge and get us back to normal as soon as we can.
The governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, has been celebrating how Florida has responded to the pandemic with a bunch of, a slogan that says something like, don't Fauci my Florida, freedom versus Faucism, etc. I'm wondering what you make of that.
I think there's always an opportunity. I mean, we're having this surge again for a reason. Again, I'll go back to the answer that we know there are things that work. They have been proven to work. They're scientifically proven. Those are the things that we have to go back to help keep everyone well and keep people out of the hospital and get us back to normal as soon as we can. I think everyone wants to get back to normal, but we have to do the things that we know are right, and that really starts with getting a vaccine.
Does the governor attacking Anthony Fauci, one of the senior health advisors to President Biden, and before that a senior health official for the Trump administration, does that send a message, do you think? Do you fear that might be part of the reason why a lot of people are turning away from science and health officials?
I mean, I think it's certainly a possibility. I mean, the disinformation is always a concern, and it is just that. It's incorrect information. I think when we listen to scientists and we listen to research that's been done and we look at the objective scientific evidence of what works and doesn't work, it helps inform the right thing that we should do.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. No, it's just that, we know that these vaccines work, and we know that your risk from the vaccine is lower than your risk of getting COVID and any sequela that may happen because of that. So those are the reasons why it makes sense to get the vaccine.
The American Academy of Pediatrics released new guidance suggesting that everyone over the age of 2 should wear masks in schools, including staff. Do you support that recommendation?
I know that there are people who are vaccinated. I do support that recommendation. There are people who are vaccinated who still wear their mask. When I'm around others, I'm vaccinated, I wear my mask because I know it's the right thing to do, and I know it's going to help prevent any sort of infection. So I would support that because it just helps keep us safer.
Dr. Hany Atallah, thank you so much, and good luck with the important work you and your staffs are doing to protect the good citizens of Florida.
Thanks so much, Jake.